Imagine the horror a 10-year-old boy must have felt when he woke up and discovered that everyone in his family was dead, except for him. His parents and 3 brothers lay lifeless in a pool of blood. This heartbreaking story will make you question how safe you really are with those you love. It's almost impossible to believe it's real. The Candy family seemed like the perfect American family. With 4 boys and 2 parents, they appeared ordinary, and no one suspected anything dark lurking behind their doors. A close friend recalled, "I tried reaching out to everyone, Cooper, Ethan, Lindsay, Dylan, but no one answered." They were a typical American family, and I could never have imagined this. I'm still in shock. The Candy family, who lived at the end of the cul-de-sac, had a spotless reputation. A 2022 interview painted them as a vibrant, happy family who loved their local bakery in Yukon, Oklahoma. But now they're gone, leaving only their youngest son behind. What makes this case even more unsettling is the identity of the killer, Jonathan Candy, the father. It would be easier to accept if an outsider had been responsible, but instead, Jonathan, the one who was meant to protect his family, took their lives. Jonathan, 42, worked part-time at the Paycom Center in Oklahoma and was known for his humor and likable personality. He'd attended Bishop McGuinness Catholic High School and later married Lindsay Terry, a lively woman from Prague, Oklahoma. Together, they raised 4 sons, and to the outside world, their family seemed perfect. But on April 22nd, everything changed. The youngest Candy son's identity remains private, but what we know is chilling. He woke up that morning expecting a normal day. He vaguely remembers a fire alarm briefly going off, but fell right back to sleep. When he stepped out of his room at 9 a.m., the horror awaiting him was unimaginable. His entire family was dead. At 9:30 a.m., the 10-year-old called 911. Police arrived quickly and were stunned by what they found. Lindsay, 39, was shot and killed along with her sons, 18-year-old Dylan, 14-year-old Ethan, and 12-year-old Lucas. Jonathan Candy, the father, was also found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. It was quickly ruled a murder-suicide, but the question remained, why? The 10-year-old, the sole survivor, was the one to make the call. Neighbors, confused by the emergency vehicles, had no idea what had happened. It was later revealed Jonathan had allegedly murdered his wife and children, one by one, sparing only his youngest son. An investigation uncovered 2 bodies upstairs. Strangely, there were no signs of a struggle, which raised even more questions. In typical murder-suicides, everyone involved is usually killed. Why did Jonathan spare his youngest son? Could it have been a last-minute change of heart, or was there a unique bond between them? Sadly, we may never know. Relatives insist the young boy be spared further questioning for his emotional well-being. For now, this case remains a mystery. Dr. Joni Johnston, a forensic psychologist involved in the investigation, expressed disbelief, saying she had never encountered a case where a parent kills some children but spares one. Friends and neighbors of Jonathan remember him as normal. Just hours before the killings, he attended an Oklahoma City Thunder playoff game. There were no signs of domestic violence or warning signs, leaving the motive for this horrific act a complete mystery. The exact cause of the argument that led to the Candy family's tragic deaths remains unclear. No one knows what drove Jonathan to kill his wife and 3 of his children. What could have possibly led a father to take the lives of those he loved most? One theory is that Jonathan may have acted in the heat of an argument, losing control during a violent altercation with his wife. This may not have been premeditated. There was no history of mental health struggles or depression that could explain his actions. After killing his wife, he might have felt trapped, thinking his children would suffer, knowing their father was a murderer. This could have led him to take his own life to spare them from the aftermath. Investigators are also considering financial troubles as a possible factor. Financial stress can lead to feelings of hopelessness, especially for a father who carries the weight of providing for his family. Such pressure could cause distorted thinking, leading Jonathan to believe there was no way out. There's also speculation that Jonathan might have been dealing with a hidden mental health issue, something he kept from those around him. The stigma surrounding mental health often prevents people from seeking help, and for men, signs of depression can be hard to spot. It may manifest as irritability or anger, making it difficult for loved ones to see the warning signs. Sadly, untreated depression can have devastating consequences. When people don't get the help they need, they may believe taking their own life and the lives of others. The motive behind the murders remains a mystery. On Lindsay Candy's Facebook, childhood friend Kami Cruz shared fond memories of their time together, how they'd sing in church and get into mischief, like the time they fell asleep in a treehouse, causing their worried parents to call the police. This playful memory captured Lindsay's joyful spirit. Cruz also expressed shock and disbelief at the tragedy, remembering Lindsay as deeply loved, especially by her children. Dylan, the eldest son, was known for his sociable personality and love for drumming. After graduating from Mustang High School in 2023, he attended Oklahoma Baptist University, where he joined the marching band. His band director described him as upbeat and dedicated, and his bandmates created a memorial in his honor. Ethan, the second son, was passionate about baseball. His coach recalled him as energetic, friendly, and committed to his team.
They were your all-American family. This is something, I mean, I could live 100,000 lifetimes and never expect this out of that.
I could have never imagined that ever in my whole entire life, you know? And I'm still in shock.
A memorial bench is being placed in his honor at the Mustang Youth Sports Complex. Lucas, the youngest, was a lively 12-year-old who loved playing outside and making friends. Now, tragically, Lucas is the sole survivor of the Candy family. The surviving 10-year-old son now faces an unimaginable future, but his community is rallying around him, offering all the support they can. Extended family members are providing care, and social workers are helping with his emotional and psychological needs. A GoFundMe campaign has been launched to assist with his future, and the outpouring of support from the community has been overwhelming. The Candy family's deaths have shaken the entire community. Jonathan's relatives have expressed their shock and devastation. Neighbors remember him as a friendly, helpful person, always ready with a smile or a hug. Investigators continue searching for clues to understand why Jonathan took such drastic actions. Though there were no signs of mental health struggles, they are looking into his relationships with friends and family to identify any potential triggers. This case is also raising awareness about the importance of seeking help for mental health issues and breaking the stigma surrounding them. The Candy family's tragedy highlights that someone who appears happy on the outside may be battling deep internal struggles. It's a reminder to be compassionate and check in on those around us to prevent negative emotions from spiraling. Despite the heartbreak, this story is also one of support, compassion, and a community coming together. The Candy family will be remembered by everyone who knew them, and their memories will live on in the hearts of those they left behind.